Namaste yogis, welcome. Thank you so much for watching today. So today's practice, it's going to be a hatha class, and you want to have a pillow, bolster, maybe a blanket or two, and see if you can have your strap, belt, scarf handy. And we're gonna start laying down on Shavasana. So when you're ready, go back onto your back, hands by your sides, palms facing up, draw your shoulder blades together, and close. Close your eyes, bring the awareness down to your feet, and think of your toes, maybe wiggle them a little bit, and then let them go and relax them. Notice your foot soles. Relax. Relax the top of your feet and your ankles. Relax your lower legs and your knees, let them soften. Relax your thighs, relax your buttocks. Allow your hips to be heavy. Relax your back. If this is not comfortable, you're welcome to bend your knees and rest your foot soles on the floor instead. You can also have your knees touching at the center and walk your feet apart. Relax your upper back and shoulders. Relax your arms, your hands, let them relax. And allow your fingers to curl naturally into your palms. No tension, no effort, just relaxation. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. And observe your breath. Make sure that your jaw and your face are relaxed. Now imagine as if you had a mirror in front of your nose, like about 1 inch or 2 inches away from your nose. And you can even place your hand in front, just close enough that you can feel your breath without touching your face. And inhale through your nostrils. And open your mouth like if you were trying to fog the mirror in front of you. Feel the warm air on your hand. If you're using your hand, you don't have to. You can release your hand on the floor. Breathe in through your nostrils. And exhale through your mouth. Breathe in. Continue at your own pace, breathing in through the nostrils, breathing out through your mouth, like fogging the mirror. When you are ready, notice the tightness you create on your throat, the back of your throat when you exhale through your mouth. Try to keep that gentle tightness as you breathe in through the nostrils. And as you breathe out through your nostrils again. Inhale through your nostrils, gentle pressure on your throat. Exhale, and you start creating a sound. They call it the sound of the ocean. This breath is also known as the victorious breath. Ujjayi breath, breathing in through your nostrils breathing out through your nostrils. Continue at your own pace. If you start feeling pressure on your temples, your eyes, or you just don't feel right, this can actually bring your blood pressure up. So if you have high blood pressure, forget about the Ujjayi breath and go on to your 3-part breath, Dirga Pranayama. We do this in class all the time, where you expand into your tummy, into your side ribs, and into your chest as you breathe in. And then you release from the chest, side ribs, and then finally you allow the air to come out from the tummy. So you continue with whichever breath works best for you. Just make sure that you are aware of your breath, that it feels right. We'll do 3 more rounds. One more breath. Next time you inhale, wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Move your feet side to side. Stretch your arms and your legs and give yourself a big stretch. Maybe your hands overhead or T position, and squeeze every muscle tight from toes to fist, balloon face. Exhale, release. Again, inhale deeply. Flex or point your feet, squeeze and stretch and tense, tight, and release. Last one, make it count. Inhale, stretch and tense, squeeze, and exhale, release. Bend your knees, bring your foot soles on the floor, slightly tuck your tailbone, bring your knees up. So you can hold onto the top of the knees and rock side to side. You can also create circles with the knees. Make sure if you go for circles, you do the same amount on the opposite direction. And you can hug your shins and press your mid-back and upper back a little more towards the floor as you move side to side. Just play around with this stretch, just getting a little bit of movement. And make sure you're still breathing. Return to center. Bring your hands by your hips, palms facing down. You can rest your feet towards the glutes, that's okay. Now as you take your next inhalation, right toes move down towards the floor. And as you exhale, bring them up. Other side, inhale. Exhale. Try to keep your upper body relaxed to the best of your ability. Try to draw the navel in or press your lower back onto the floor so that you're not allowing your pelvis to tilt. Remember that if this is pinching, we don't need to do this. You can instead rest your feet on the floor and bring one knee up at a time, and we're still gonna get into the hip flexors. And you're still gonna get some core work if you make the point of pressing your back towards the floor. So whichever works for you today is fine. Just make sure it feels right. See if you can connect with your Ujjayi breath. If Ujjayi wasn't for you, go to your Dirga Pranayama breathing. We started with the right, we finished with the left. Hug your knees or the back of the legs and maybe rock side to side. Awesome. Bring yourself back to center. Bring your foot soles on the floor. Hands by your sides, palms facing down. Inhale, arms go out to the sides in a snow angel motion. Flip your palms up. Flip your palms to touch. Maybe they touch to face one another. Maybe they touch. And when you exhale, Press your back onto the floor, bring your knees up and bring your hands towards the knees. Awesome. Inhale, release your hands down, circular motion all the way up. Exhale. Inhale, moving. Flowing with your breath. Make a point of bringing your back onto the floor when your knees come up. If this is too much for your hips, you can continue to do this one knee at a time and alternate. That's okay. Let's really work with what works for you today. You're still gonna get a nice work for your shoulders, for your hips, and of course your core. Don't let your mind wander. Adjust when needed. I'm gonna do 2 more. If you did 1 on each side, remember to finish with the one, to finish your last 2 rounds with the one you started, so maybe right and left. And when you're done with your 2 rounds, extend your legs, close your eyes, and observe your breath. Notice your heartbeat, and don't let your mind wander. Flex your feet and bring your hands by your hips, palms facing down. And press your body against the floor. Watch for the shoulders. Now when you're ready, as you inhale, you're gonna bring your right foot on top of the left. Now keep the right foot where it is, press your back onto the floor, and bring your left foot over the right. And walk, and walk, and walk, and walk. If you're shaking, good for you. And then we reverse. If you have any problems with your lower back, your hips, bring your hands under the glutes. Press your back onto the floor. And we do it again, this time left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And remember, you keep making a point of bringing your navel towards the floor to prevent your pelvis to go into an anterior tilt. The hands will help you to keep them into, to the best of your ability, into posterior. So tucking your tailbone will prevent you from pinching. And you go as high as your body allows you, so don't overdo it. And release. Watch your breath. Notice your heartbeat. Good job. Awesome. Now when you're ready, bend your knees, bring your foot soles on the floor, tuck your tailbone, and bring your right leg over the left. Bring your inner thighs closer together. Some of you at home have the flexibility to tuck your right foot behind the left calf. This is very intense for your knees. possibly torquing the knee. That's the classical way, but you know how I love classical and sometimes I don't. So just check, make sure that this is working for you. My legs won't do that. So if yours do safely, you're welcome to go into eagle legs. All right, so when you are ready, you're gonna bring your right arm under the left and hug yourself. Now you can stay here, or you can bring the top of the hands to touch, or some of you will actually bring your palms together. So whether it's you're hugging, you're bringing the top of the hands together, or you're clasping, try to make sure this works for your upper back, for your neck. Now as you take your next inhalation, move your fingertips away from you. Oh, by the way, you want your hands away from the face to the best of your ability. Watch for your neck. Now inhale, fingertips away from you towards the back. And as you exhale, elbows and knees closer together maybe. You don't have to lift your upper back. Some of you may. Watch for your neck. Inhale down, fingertips back, and exhale, lift. Inhale back, and exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Uncross legs and arms. Exhale, release here for a few moments. Observe. We're going to cross the other way. So when you're ready, bring that left leg up. Cross tightly. Some of you might clasp, some of you won't. Don't worry about it. Now when you're ready, hug yourself. This time, your left arm in front. And so same thing, you might bring your hands to touch, or you bring your palm, the top of the hands, or maybe your palms touch. Did I do it right? No, I do it backwards, I think. Oh, I see why. All right, so when you are ready, inhale, fingertips away. And as you exhale, inhale, or maybe exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Last one. Inhale back to center, and exhale, uncross your legs, your arms, extend them, observe. Rotate your wrist if you need to, shake the tension off. And when you're ready, bend your knees, bring your foot soles on the floor, and move onto your favorite side. Lay on a fetal position for a few moments. And use your top hand to slowly help yourself up onto your seated position. So you may have your strap handy and your blanket. 1 or 2 blankets, as many as you need, for to pad your knees. And once you get there, you're gonna go onto your child's pose, wide knee child's pose. Bring your toes to touch, knees wide apart, and walk your body forward comfortably so that your forehead may touches the mat, or maybe you stack your fist under the forehead. So checking in what works for you. You're gonna take a couple of long, deep breaths here. Take one more breath, full deep breath. When you're ready, bring your hands under the shoulders as you inhale, and as you exhale, push yourself up. Walk your knees closer together, about fist distance between them, and walk towards the top of the mat. Find your tabletop position. Remember that you want a neutral back. Don't let your pelvis tilt, and don't let your back round either. So as neutral as possible. As you take your next inhalation, bring your right leg back. Maybe gaze go forward. Now as you exhale, bend the elbows and lower just a little bit. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, round your back as you bring your knee in towards the chest. Inhale, knee to the floor. And exhale, round your back. We'll do the other side. Inhale, extend your left leg back. Open your chest, gaze forward or up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Move your body forward a little bit. Inhale, back up. Leg up, gaze maybe up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, knee down to the floor. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, bend your elbows a bit, chest forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, knee to the floor. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, left leg up. Gaze forward, maybe. Exhale, bow. Inhale, push up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, knee to the floor. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, knee to the floor. And exhale, round your back. Last one. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, knee to the floor. And exhale, tuck your tailbone round your back. Inhale, come back to center. Big toes touch, knees out. Exhale your way back. Wiggle your body if you need to. Stack your fists. Rest your forehead down. Or rest your forehead straight down on the floor. Whatever works for you. Breathe deeply here. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Bring your hands under the shoulders as you inhale. Push yourself up on the exhalation. And come up on your seated position, any comfortable seated position. Now for the next one, if you have a bolster at home, or if you want to sit with your props cross-legged position, you are welcome to skip the next part. If there's no knee problems, hip problems, we're going to move along. Have your props handy because some of us will need props, some of us won't. Your strap, make sure is next to you. Now, when you are ready, go on to your tabletop position and walk your body, your knees towards the right, just a little bit towards the right. So your left knee is right in between your hands. Now, bring your right knee forward, cross your foot, and then bring your foot back. So then your knees are stacked. Once again, this is not for you today. If your knees and hips don't like it, don't overdo it. And when you are ready, walk your body back. And so maybe you sit back on the floor and your hips are balanced. Sometimes we're leaning towards the one side, so if that's the case, something that can help is to have a block, a folded blanket under the seats to tilt the pelvis. Sometimes it's the bolster, and sometimes we want to be cross-legged position. All right, so take your strap and pass it right on your around your neck for now. So if you are here, if you have chosen to go into a cross-legged position, some of you might look like this. And that's okay. As long as it's not pinching on your back, it's fine. You do what your body needs you to do. I'm going to face you for now. All right. Just going to bring your right hand in front of you and then turn your palm away. Your thumb is facing down. Bring your hand behind you. So when you do that, you're gonna have your right hand on your back. You can help it with the opposite hand to bring it a little higher. Making sure this is not pinching on your shoulder, and you can have your hand as low as you need to. Now from here, reach up with your left hand as you inhale. And as you exhale, bend the elbow. Some of you will clasp your fingers. I can't, so I'll take my strap and adjust. And you will have as much length on the strap as you need to. All right, so from here, top elbow faces up, bottom elbow faces down. Draw your shoulder blades together. Breathe deeply. And some of you might be on a kneeling position like I am right now. All right? Breathe. Make sure this is not pinching. Please do take care of your neck, your shoulders. Maybe tuck your chin onto your chest and move it across the collarbone side to side. Maybe move your chin towards the shoulder, your right shoulder, stretching to the left side. Maybe move it to the other side, stretching. And come back to center. Lengthen through the spine. The next part is really up to your hips, up to your knees once again. On your next exhalation, hinge at the hips and move forward. Elbows are still active. You're not letting your hands push your head forward. It's important. We'll take one more breath here, full deep breath. And next time you inhale, come up onto an upright position. Don't let go just yet. Now as you exhale, let go of the bottom hand and make a fist with that hand to protect your shoulder. Now slowly release your hand down the glute towards the front. Inhale the opposite hand, reach up. And exhale, release your arm forward and down, shoulders back and down. To come out of this pose, have a few options for you, 2 options actually. You can lean back, extend your legs, and find your way onto tabletop again. Or if you want to try the funky way, you hinge forward and walk yourself onto tabletop. So it just looks funkier, but still the same thing. We just come out safely and find your tabletop once more. So from here, walk your right knee to the center of the mat and bring your left leg forward and in front, very gracefully like I just did. And then walk yourself back once more. Each side is different, and you want to make sure that you are able to put your pelvis on the floor balance, your hips. And what your legs look like, as long as it feels okay, the foot might be slightly in front or a lot in front, or you are in cross-legged position, right? Take your blanket, the strap, and bring your left arm forward. Then thumb points down and bring your hand behind you. Once again, you reach as high up. You can help with the opposite hand. I'm gonna use the strap anyway, so I'm gonna put it right away. Reach up with your right arm as high up as you can. And then exhale, bend your elbow and hold the strap on each end. And then once I get there, I notice if I went too far, then I loosen up the strap if needed. Top elbow reaches up, bottom elbow reaches down. And I don't let my top hand push my head forward. So it's important that you still create some softness on your shoulders and your neck. Your spine is neutral, so we're not popping the ribcage forward, so we try to tuck it in, but still we have that neutral pelvis. The blanket is really good to support that alignment, okay? When you're ready, tuck your chin onto your chest and maybe move your chin across the collarbone, being super mindful of the neck. If one spot, you find a spot of tension, you can stay there and bounce on the spot. You can do the same thing on the opposite side. Make sure you are breathing. Come back to center as you inhale. Hinge from the hips as you exhale. Lean forward, pushing that top elbow back so we prevent the body from collapsing. And breathe. Gomukhasana or cow face pose is an intense stretch, as you can tell, for your shoulders. Intense for your hips, intense for your knees. So you really want to be careful with this asana. And listen to your body. You can also pay attention to the breath. If your breath gets choppy, you've gone too far. Come back gently and readjust. We'll take 2 more breaths here. With control, inhale, come back up. Release your bottom hand, make a fist as you exhale. With that tight fist, release your hand down and in front of you. Inhale your right arm up, reach, and exhale forward and down, shoulders back and down. Awesome, so you go out maybe forward as I show you, or lean back and extend your legs, and then find your way anyway onto your tabletop. Inhale, tailbone up, drop your belly, shoulder blades together, look forward or up. Exhale, curl the toes under, pick up the knees, push up onto downward dog. Breathe deeply once you get on your downward dog. Relax your neck, your jaw, tailbone goes up. Remember to shift, so you want the eyes of the elbows facing forward. You want your neck relaxed. Don't worry about your knees extending completely. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. If downward dog is not working out for you right now, you are welcome to go on your knees and continue to do cat-cows. You can go on your elbows for dolphin pose. Deep breathing, maybe find your Ujjayi breath. Don't let your toes grip. And when you're ready, as you inhale, walk your hands towards the feet as you bend your knees. Hands back to the feet. Take your blanket out of the way, and once at the back of the mat, have about a fist distance between the knees, heels slightly wider apart. Now, maybe take your blanket, or if you have blocks, take your blocks and fold them and have them in between your knees. Bring yourself halfway. And once you're here, notice if you have a big hinge on your back like I do. So if you do, tuck your tailbone a little bit so you have more elongation. If you're already tucked and it feels like you're rounding your back, then you're going to shift your tailbone back. So what you want is a neutral back, neutral pelvis, although we're hinging forward, so that the movement of your body comes right from the hips, not from your torso. So it's different. Weight goes back towards the heels, lift the toes, shoulder blades together. Keep your gaze somewhere in front of you and breathe. Although you have your hands on your thighs, we're not collapsing on the hands. Maybe gently press your legs against the blanket or the block or blocks. Bring your hands slightly up, bring your body slightly up. Extend your legs, shoulders back and down, palms face forward, slightly tuck your chin. Breathe. So you want your palms facing forward. You want your shoulder blades together and your shoulders under. When you engage your glutes, you'll notice that your pelvis adjusts. So if your glutes are relaxed, most likely your back is hinging a bit, but the moment you engage your buttocks, it readjusts the position of your pelvis. It helps to neutralize your knees and your hips. as you engage your inner thighs as well with your blanket. Don't let the ribcage pop forward. Tadasana is a static pose, but it's definitely not passive. You're engaging a lot of muscles, all your muscles actually. If you start noticing, close your eyes, your toes are lifted and spreading wide. You're putting weight on the balls of your feet, the inner and outer edge of the balls of the feet. You notice the space on the arches of your feet. Put the weight back on your heels. Engage your legs, your thighs, your inner thighs. Engage your glutes. Draw your navel in and pull it up. Draw your blades together, and it's okay if you allow your upper back to round forward, because that's what the thoracic spine is meant to do anyways. And breathe deeply here. We'll take 2 more breaths, full deep breaths. And release your posture, open your eyes, take your blanket, put it out of the way, walk it out. We're gonna do some balancing poses. So you're gonna move on your Tadasana, shoulders back, bring your right knee up, and hold the outside of your leg with the opposite hand. Now from here, you wanna make sure that your hip is working to keep your leg up. Keep the bottom foot active and reach forward with your right hand. Now, as you inhale, you may follow your thumb as you start rotating your torso. When you feel that you're losing your balance, then you stop, collect your breath, and then maybe you continue. Breathe. Front leg is active. You can go by the wall anytime. Engage your shoulder blades with control. Come back to center. If you lose it, you just bring yourself back into that place if your body allows. And then return to center. And release. Oh my goodness, that was tough. Shake it, shake it. We'll do the other side. When you're ready, balance on your Tadasana. Bring your left knee up and hold with the opposite hand. Shoulder blades together. Reach forward with the opposite hand. And when you're ready, maybe follow your thumb. You may use your Ujjayi breath to help you through this asana. With control, come back to center. And release and walk it out and shake the tension off. Move it. Awesome job. Now from Tadasana, squeeze your bum, close your eyes, bring your hands by your sides. Breathe. Inhale, hands towards the sky, reach up, gaze maybe follow the hands. Exhale, bend your knees, hands by the heart, hinge at the hips, and fall forward, head down. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, reach up. Don't let your knees collapse. Exhale. And by that I mean don't let your knees meet at the center. Try to keep your knees and your toes pointing on the same direction. Inhale. Hands by the heart, fall forward, exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We stay down on this one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands by the heart. Bend your knees and fall forward. And maybe touch your toes. Maybe it's your shins. Maybe it's up on your thighs. If you're comfortable touching your toes, you might lift them and bring your index around the big toe and have close that circle with your thumb. Bend your knees if needed or keep them extended. Maybe relax your head down. Breathe. Now, some of you might lift the foot and place your hand under your feet, the whole palm. If you have rings, watch it, because this is not going to feel right. And you want the whole palm down for this Palastasana. If this doesn't work for your back, for your hamstrings, for your hands, feet, don't do it. And you maybe move gently side to side, massaging your hands. Now, your knees are as bent as you need to. Relax your head down. Breathe. When you're ready, bend your knees, release one hand at a time. Breathe deeply. Squeeze your bum, bend your knees more. Inhale, slowly, mindfully come up. You can use your hands for support if needed. Shoulders back and down, palms face forward, relax, and breathe. See if you can find that center of gravity. Relax your toes on the floor, but don't let them grip. Take one more breath here, full deep breath. Inhale your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, side bend to your right. You can keep the same space between your hands. You can release your right hand down the leg, on your hip, or anywhere you need to for extra support if this doesn't feel right. Keep your feet active so you don't have to lift the toes, but try not to let them tense towards the floor. Think about rotating your torso slightly upwards and press onto the left foot so you balance the weight on your feet. Reach up with your left hand on your inhale and exhale, pull yourself back up. Next time you inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to your left. And remember, you can have your hand in any place that serves you better. Rotate your torso slightly up. So we're not into a rotation if you're quite flexible on your spine. It's just thinking about opening up the heart center or the Ana chakra, facing towards the sky. Keep your shoulders into wet sockets. Keep pressing that right foot towards the floor. Next time you inhale, right hand comes up. Exhale, pull yourself back up. Lengthen through the spine, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your arms forward, reach all the way down towards the floor. Relax your head. Breathe. Awesome. Now when you're ready, lengthen through the spine. Inhale. Fingertips don't have to touch the floor. And exhale, bend your knees, hands on the floor, and bring yourself down. If this is not good for your knees go down to the floor instead. Bring your hands together at the center of the heart and try to send your shoulders back. When you are ready and with control, bring your hands down, release your knees on the ground, and walk yourself towards the front. Lower your body, and bring your hands by your hips, palms up, toes touch, heels out, gaze to your right. If this is a no-no for your neck, place a blanket or a prop under the forehead or stack your fist or the back of the hands. And breathe. This can be a very intense stretch for some of us, so watch for your neck here. If this is not comfortable, it's okay to keep your chin and forehead on the floor too. Bring your gaze to the other side to balance your neck. Bring your forehead back to the floor, hands under the shoulders as you inhale, elbows in towards the body as you exhale, feet parallel. Inhale, lift onto your cobra, baby cobra, and bring your hands off the floor. Press the top of the feet on the ground and draw your blades together. Now, if it feels better for you, go on to cupcake hands onto the floor by your hips and breathe. No weight is on the hands. Breathe deeply. If it works for you, bring your legs off the floor and breathe. You can stay in cobra and you can rest your hands on the floor for extra support. And your feet can be off the floor if your hips and lower back allow. Think about your fingertips pushing away from you or pulling away from you. We'll take one more breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly and mindfully release. Bring your palms to face up. Bring your toes out to the sides, heels in, chin or forehead on the floor. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale, feet back to center. Exhale, bring your hands under the shoulders and push yourself up on your knees. And from tabletop, if you choose, you can do some cat-cows or curl the toes under, pick up the knees, and go up onto your downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. The next time you inhale, bring your left leg up. And as you exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest. So you're going to have your knee in between the hands. You can sit on your foot if that feels right. If that doesn't work for you, you may move your foot slightly towards the right wrist, and your knee towards the left wrist. Balance your hips, hip problems, knee problems. You go onto your back, and I'll meet you there for a reclined pigeon pose instead. Otherwise, if you're comfortable here, we're gonna pick up the back knee, extend your foot back, and uncurl the back toes. Another option is to have your pillow, your bolster, your blocks, whatever prop you have available that can help you balance your hips, bringing it under the left hip. And then you might feel a little more even. And then maybe some of you, if you want some more stretch, you can walk that right foot a little higher. So lengthen through the spine, bring your hands into cupcake hands, no pressure here, no weight. And gaze is either forward or down. Now as you take your next exhalation, move your hands forward until you find that place that works for you. You can rest your elbows on the floor, you can stack your feet, rest your forehead down, you can have props in front of you and rest your forehead down, you can stay up here, you can stay up here, so it's very different for everybody. Breathe. Now for those of you who this didn't work, you're gonna lay down on your back and bring your left knee over the right thigh and push your knee away. If you want some more, you can bring that right knee in and hug it. You can hold the back of the leg, or you can take a strap and pass the strap around the right leg to extra support. You can have props under your right foot to rest your foot. So we're gonna stay here for a little bit. So breathe deeply in whichever version you have picked. If you're on your back, breathe and try to relax. If you are on your tummy, if you are on your Kapotasana, we're gonna do something else. When you're ready, reach forward with your right arm and breathe. If you're touching the floor with the forehead, you'll be my guest, you don't have to. Now, when you're ready, bring your left hand under the shoulder, and as you inhale, reach forward with your right arm, come up, lengthen through the spine, exhale, rotate your torso, bring your hands by your leg. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, you can have that other hand in Chaturanga arm, Cobra arm. Inhale, reaching up, but no weight or little weight on that left hand. Next time you inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, reach forward, forehead down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. 2 more. Finish this one and 2 more. And maybe stay back here if that feels right for you. Breathe. If there is no problem with your hip and your knee and you want to try something else, you might hold onto the ankle from the inside, flexing that foot. You can bring the opposite hand up, maybe at a goalpost posture into Gyan Mudra. Or bring it down. Keep your leg down if that doesn't work. Balance your shoulders. If you are here, take 1 more breath, full deep breath. Inhale, release your foot. Reach back up, maybe Kumbhaka. And exhale, reach forward and down. Bring your hands under the forehead or adjust in any version that feels right for you. Observe your breath. Take 1 more breath here, full deep breath. Next time you inhale, bring your hands under the shoulders. Exhale, slowly push yourself up. Gentle cupcake hands, reach up maybe with your gaze or forward, opening the heart center. Now as you exhale, plant the hands on the floor. Those of you on Kapotasana, curl the back toes under. Pick up onto your downward dog or go onto your tabletop position. Then curl the toes under and pick up onto downward dog, whichever works. Those of you who are on your back, uncross your legs, reaching the foot down, uncross your legs, and go onto pelvic tilts here on the floor. And if you feel like hugging your knees, you can do that too. Those of you on tabletop, cat-cows, or downward dog, we're gonna take 1 more breath. And when you are ready on your next inhalation, bring your knees down onto the floor. And as you exhale, bring your big toes to touch, knees out, and take a few moments here. Breathe. If you are on your back, you can go into a butterfly position if you choose. Those of you who don't have any shoulder problems, extend your arms forward for this mega pose, forehead towards the ground. Push your shoulders into wet sockets, hands down and forward. Just to neutralize your shoulders, your hips. We'll take 1 more breath, full deep breath. Next time you inhale, bring your hands under the shoulders. Exhale, push yourself up. Knees together, downward facing dog. Those of you who are on your butterfly position, you can bring your knees up and take a few moments here while we prepare for the other side. Now, when you're ready, bring your right leg up, inhale. And as you exhale, walk towards the front, your knee towards in between your hands. And remember, you can check with your hip. You can sit here on your foot, or you can start moving the foot towards the opposite hand. So your knee will also go out towards the side. Awesome. Now, if you have rested the back leg onto the floor, pick up the knee, extend your leg back, and then uncurl the toes. If you feel like you're leaning all the way to your right, your prop will help you with that. Place it under your right hip. Make sure it's not pinching the knee. Those of you that are on your back, remember that we're gonna go so gracefully. We're gonna go onto the other side. So this time you're gonna bring the right leg over, bring your knee maybe up or your strap and push that right knee away from you without using your hands. Perfect. So that now we have our pose. We're gonna walk ourselves into cupcake hands, lengthen through the spine, inhale. And as you exhale, we're gonna slowly go forward and find that place for you. We'll take a few moments here. It is better to use your props than to suffer into the pose. You may bring your right hand into chaturanga hand or cobra hand, and you may bring your left arm forward if you're doing the work with a breath. We'll do 5 breaths and we may hold the last one. So as you inhale, reach forward and up, maybe kumbhaka. And as you exhale, rotate your torso, hand towards the leg. Reverse the circle, inhale, maybe kumbhaka. Exhale, reach forward and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Watch for the right hand. You're not using the right hand to help you up unless your lower back is not liking the lift, then go for it. But those of you who can engage your core instead and bring yourself up, that's what we're doing. On the last one, you're going to stay back and breathe. And once again, you are welcome to rest your hand on the floor, on your knee. If it works for you to get a hold of your foot and flex it, you may do that. You can bring your free hand into Gyan Mudra. Gaze can be towards the foot. Make sure that whatever you pick is working out for you. The leg on the floor, it's also an option. Staying at the front is also an option. We'll take 2 more breaths here. On your next breath, release your leg down, release your hand down. Inhale, reverse the circle, reach up. Exhale, lean forward and down. And maybe stack your fists. Breathe. One more breath. And the next time you inhale, bring your hands under the shoulders. And as you exhale, push yourself up. Maybe cupcake hands. Inhale, gentle back bend. And as you exhale, plant the hands. You can come up on tabletop and then curl the toes under, or go ahead and go right into your downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. Those of you on your back, remember that you can undo your Kapotasana or your pigeon pose. And you are welcome to go onto your butterfly position or do some cat-cows here, pelvic tilts from your back. And when you're ready, inhale your knees onto the floor, toes touch, knees out, sit back on your heels, forehead down, breathe. You can place your hands in any position that works for you. Those of you who feel comfortable with pressing your hands down and forward, you do that, throwing your shoulders into its sockets, relaxing your neck, your jaw. If you're on your back, this is the time when you may go on to butterfly position if you haven't. And breathe. Take one more breath, full deep breath. So from where you are, inhale, bring your hands under the shoulders, push yourself up. Those of you on your back, come out of your butterfly, bring your knees up. Roll onto your side and meet us on tabletop position. So once in tabletop position, you can go into any movement that feels right, maybe hips side to side, maybe circles with your hips, with your back, maybe moving your body, the whole body into a circle in both ways, or really playing here. Any organic movement that just feels right, you can go for it. This is a time where you just listen to your body and just give it what it's asking for. And then when you're ready, you're gonna come back to center and walk your hands towards the feet, sitting back in any comfortable position, and find your props. We're gonna sit up tall. So if you have been using your blankets or blocks or your bolster to sit on, you are welcome to gather those. If you do sit straight on the floor, you can do that too. And you want to find a seated position that is, you feel supported. So you want to be able to press your body down, draw your navel in, pull it up, shoulders back and down. Bring your left hand right below your navel, like a couple inches below the navel. And your right hand, cup, make a cup, Mukula Mudra, and place it right over the navel. Like if you were holding a ball of energy here. Pala Mudra. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathing here, close your eyes and observe. Now, those of you who would like to try something else, you're gonna bring your hands together, wrap your hands. Awakening the eye of the hand, the hamsas, this, right at the center of your palms. These are little chakras, and a lot of prana flows through it. So those of you who are energy healers, those of you my Reiki practitioners, you know that this is a great way to just open the eyes of the hands, especially if you just go ahead and rub your palms together. And then when you feel that heat flowing, then you go into your mudra. Keep a soft mudra, keep your shoulders back and down, relax your jaw, tuck your chin, relax your face, and breathe. And you are just observing the breath. If the energy of your hands is very obvious already, your chakras are already open, and you're already feeling the flow of prana, you can play with that right now. If you like visualizations, you can picture a ball of energy that you're holding between the hands. It can be any color you want. You can visualize our Mother Earth, the world, between the hands as you infuse it with your pranic energy, your pranic love. Pala Mudra helps with stress and anxiety. It helps to lower the blood pressure. It, of course, tones the nervous system. Elongate your exhalations so that your inhalations can come back to be full again. If these days you are struggling with what your mind is telling you, maybe we're allowing fear-based thoughts to just stick around for a little too long. It's okay to be afraid. This is all new for all of us, but you have control of your breath, and the yogis say that if you're having a hard time controlling your mind, don't fight it. Turn to your breath instead. Learn to control your breath instead. Those who control the breath will control the mind, or will master the mind. Breathing deeply. Any visualization that works for you, You can think of your loved ones and surround them with your love in between your hands, whatever works. And while you visualize, also every now and then turn back to your breath and observe it, and then return to your visualization. If you would like to stay longer on your meditation, you are welcome to do that. You can pause the video and stay for as long as you need. And when you're ready to move on, you can continue with us so that we can seal our practice together. Otherwise, you may take 3 more breaths here. Release your hands. Wiggle your fingers, shoulders back and down. You can flip your palms down if you need to ground yourself. You can flip your palms up if you need to welcome more prana, if you need to feel more energized. Palms up. Too much energy, you need to calm down, palms down. And when you are ready, be very mindful as you bring yourself onto your back. You can keep your eyes closed if you like, or you can see what you're doing, whatever works. If you like your bolster under the knees, you're welcome to have one or a pillow. When you are ready, bend your knees and bring your foot soles on the floor. Go into your butterfly position, foot soles touch and knees flare out. Balance your pelvis so hip bones and pubic bone are at the same level. Release your rib cage. Relax your shoulders heavily on the floor. Maybe bring your hands into gold pose posture. Maybe go into Gyan Mudra. When you are ready, bring your knees up on your next breath and extend your legs on the floor. You can keep your arms where they are. You can release them by your hips, palms up, whatever works. Observe. You can stay here for as long as you need. Once again, you're welcome to pause the video. Otherwise, 3 more breaths. Next time you breathe in, wiggle your toes and fingers. Move your feet and hands, circular motion or side to side. Stretch your arms overhead, point or flex your feet and squeeze every muscle tight, tight, tight. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, stretch and tense and squeeze every muscle tight, tight, tight. Exhale, release. Last one, make it count. Breathe in, stretch and tense, prune face maybe, and let all tension go. Go onto your favorite side when you're ready. Take a few moments once you get there. Check in. Use your top hand to slowly help yourself up on your next exhalation. And once you come up to a seated position, find that place that works for you. Bring your hands together at the center of the heart, shoulders back and down. Relax your jaw and your face. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale to Om. Rub your hands together. Garuda Mudra at the center of the chest at a heart level. Interlace your thumbs, so left hand first and right hand on top. Interlace your thumbs and rest your palms against your chest. Shoulders back and down. Inhale through your nostrils, expand. Side out. Again, inhale. Side out. Last one, breathe in. Let all tension out. Bring your palms together. Rub them, tuck your chin, blink your eyes open. Shower yourself with your own good vibes all around you, and remember to shake off all those energies and stresses and stuff that you don't need to take with you anymore. Leave it behind. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Namaste, yogis.